getting dicey.
Speaking if they can use your driveway.
We should keep talking about it so Reagan has to run the intro again.
It's still like 9. Let's just take the break now. Let's take a 10-minute break, and we'll start after we come back. Knock, 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 knock. Hey, it's the fire. Can we use your hose? Practice. Poor fucking emergency services.
Right, so I'll just run the intro one more time. Just
an ambulance.
all right.
Got a gurney we can use. Can you pretend to be dead?
Oh man. Okay, so now I'm just going to go live with full. I'll just put the whole thing on YouTube. Actually, they can see all of it. All right, I'm going to try and get into fucking. This is the darkest, most evil place you guys have ever stepped into. Fuck.
We're all in here for our lives.
All right, Amber
Oh,
Temple.
yes. Secret
Okay.
door.
All right. The Baron Byram, our human wizard, has just opened up this this doorway. That was hidden. It was his wand that had pointed him in the direction of this. He'd opened it up, and the darkness behind the doorway has been filled by the light of his torch. Just as a big reminder, the feeling of dread, the ominous feeling of sort of death and evil is just radiating the entirety of the space around you. If it wasn't for the light in Baron's at the end of Baron's torch, he wouldn't be able to see a thing. Thankfully for dark sight or dark vision, American, Morley, Casimir, and Bill are all able to see. Okay, obviously because it's
dim.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, they see as if it's all dim light, except for now what the Baron's torch has lit up. What you see in front of you is an incredibly dusty corridor that heads away from you and then takes a right, and you can just see the top of these stairs leading downwards. This entire area that you're about to, that is in front of you, is only 10 foot high. So it's like a small secret corridor. It's not as roomy as the rest of this temple has been so far. The other thing that you notice is that there is just a stench of death coming up from those stairs.
Like new death?
I don't know the difference. What do you mean
Like
new
rotting? Like, is it a really old, dusty crypt? Or is it like a rotting flesh?
Give me an intelligence roll. Wisdom roll. Give me a wisdom roll.
Wisdom?
Yeah, this is just a little something. Give me a wisdom.
Something?
Yeah.
Do a perception.
No, I don't want a perception. Actually, can you all give me? I'm checking your character's memory here. So if you can give me all a wisdom roll.
I get advantage for being a necromancer.
Not for this.
Being
That
dead.
is a horrendous roll.
I've
rolled
rolled
a 3.
13 plus 9.
Right back in it. 4 for me.
I love Morley.
Should I be using a D4 for all my rolls? Is that how it works?
American, you recognize the smell, or at least it reminds you of something. It reminds you of the Death House.
Death House.
The Death.
We've got to stop calling it that.
Reminds me of death.
It reminds you of the Durst's house from when you first entered Barovia. There was a room that had these paintings up on these walls, and there was a smell of death that was emanating from those paintings.
Yeah,
Ghasts,
I remember
were
those
they?
paintings.
Ghasts.
They were ghasts. The two parents of the house had become ghasts.
I smell undead down here.
Mm.
Just just like in that spooky house.
Well, you know what that means, American. It means we're in for trouble. We need our wits about us.
Yes.
How about I ask Terence to walk down in front, holding the torch, just ahead of us a little bit. Would it be okay, Terence? Seems okay with it.
Yeah, he's pretty happy. He's pretty happy with the idea. So he's going to take the torch with him.
Yes.
Okay, I might just need to change something over here. I'll give him the abilities of that torch just quickly, and I will take them away from the Baron.
It's a bit of a trip going from a level 3 character up to a level 9. I'm like, oh my.
yeah.
So many spell slots.
Okay, so Terence clatters off down into the corridor and sort of stands at the top of this stairway, and he just looks back at you for a moment. Do you want him to just continue down the stairs?
Oh no, just about 10 feet ahead of us, please, Terence.
Right. Okay.
So I'll follow behind him.
Casimir.
I will follow.
Hey, Casimir.
Yes, Morley.
Why don't you and I stay at the back and keep an eye behind us at all times to make sure we're not ambushed from behind?
Sounds good to me. And he sort of ushers Bill into the sort of the middle of the group, and then follows behind with you. Sort of always keeping his back towards the group and his eyes out towards where you've entered from. Yep.
I'd like to prepare an action for if something jumps out at us. I'd like to prepare the gust cantrip.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Okay. I think, Merkin, you're the one with the highest passive perception. What I will say is, as you slowly make your way down this stairway with Terence at the head of the group, you can see that the stairway takes another turn to the right. And when you concentrate and you try and ignore the sounds of your feet and the group's feet making their way down the stone stairwell, you think you can hear breathing.
What are you gasping about, American?
What is it, American?
What?
I think I hear breathing.
That'll be us. We're all breathing for that.
You fool, of course I know the difference. There's something down there.
Oh, that's much worse.
Yes.
Can't be undead. I don't think undead breathe.
Oh.
No. It's... You know what it is. It's probably one of them monsters that we... Do you remember when we were first here? In the basement room with the water? Wasn't there a monster down there of some sort? I've tried to block it out.
In Barovia, you mean?
Yeah, the only place I've ever been.
Not in the...
With you guys.
I mean, not in the Amber Temple. But
No. In the Durst house. In the House of Horrors, where we met each other.
Durst,
there was a creature in the basement that came after us.
Was it like a big blob, like a big trash heap?
Yeah, that's it. I don't know if anyone's ever seen Fraggle Rock.
I love Fraggle Rock.
Trash heap has spoken. Yeah, that was...
Marjorie was her name, I believe.
You're right, Molly. It's probably something from Fraggle Rock.
Well,
it could be a monster like that again. It smells the same, doesn't it?
Be on your guard.
Terence reaches the end of the stairwell before it takes another turn to the right. I'm just going to move you guys down onto the lower levels of the Amber Temple. And what you can see it looks to be some sort of collapsed hall with a high ceiling at this point. Like it's opened up to a high area here. And it looks like the walls have been glazed with amber. Rubble covers most of the floors, and there's a pathway through the rubble that leads to an open doorway off to the eastern side of this. And it seems to me, now all of you are smelling this stench is overpowering now. It's just this insane smell of death coming from that doorway.
Oh, putrid.
Do we have anything we should prepare for battle? Because I'm ready. I'll kill at a moment's notice. Just you watch me.
What? How do you mean prepare?
For example, I've prepared Gust. Does anyone have anything else like that? You know, like weapons and such?
Yes, I have, all my undead friends here have bows and arrows.
If we can sneak up, we can get them with a surprise attack.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Blade Ward on myself,
Oh. What does that do?
which is a cantrip. You extend your hand and trace a sigil of warding in the air until the end of your next turn. You have resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. I suppose it's not going to last very long then, is it? It's probably only going to last me 6 seconds.
Does
How
that
long
only
does it
last
last out of battle?
Does that
It
only
says
last-
until the end of your next turn.
But is it
I'm
a
not really using it in a combat situation.
reaction that you cast it with, or does it take a whole turn?
No, it's a cantrip, so I can cast it at will.
But does it say cast takes one action or
Oh, duration 1 round. Casting time 1 action.
one?
Just
oh,
keep
okay.
doing it every 6 seconds, like doing like
Yeah,
a sigil.
It's a cantrip, so we'll just say you keep it alive until your next
Alright.
action. Until you've done your next action, right?
It keeps flickering off, and he's like, "Damn it! Like, I need to draw it again."
Gotta get that fixed.
Okay.
Perhaps I just ready the action.
Okay.
So if I sense that we're about to get into something, I'll cast that on myself
Yeah,
immediately.
yeah.
That's
Right.
better.
Get these skeletons to sneak. We'll try and stealth up on them if we can.
Okay. Hey everybody. Let's be sneaky, stealthy. So keep those bones from rattling. Don't knock your knees together. We'll just go slowly and see what we can see.
Give me a.
Can we see anything?
Give me a collective stealth roll for these guys. You lot can't see anything other than what I've described. There's a little crack of light from your torch shining into the room on the eastern side of this opening, but you can't see anything within that room.
They get a +2 to this. 6.
Not overly stealthy.
Sorry,
No,
an
that's- yeah, not too stealthy. But
Not too bad.
your skeletons start like tiptoeing across like this small
Cute.
crumbled hall or room, but they just keep like cracking down on stones. Their hard bone feet cracking down on rubble and pebbles.
Be careful those pebbles, guys.
What-
Okay,
what-
so they're moving ahead.
Yeah, what do you want from them? What are you guys doing as they move ahead? What do you want them to be doing? Or
They're going to draw their swords, I think.
okay,
And if anyone rushes at them, well, I don't know. They'll probably hopefully get an attack.
okay.
Yes, Brian.
It's up
Yes.
to you.
There's
2 at the back, and
yeah, cool. Let's just get
This place reeks of evil.
yeah.
there's a little bit of movement in that room, which goes completely silent as one of the skeletons kicks a small pebble across the room. Across the room, and
Oh,
it's
the
just,
room goes silent.
there's you didn't realize it could have gone silent. You didn't really notice the noise that was coming from that room until there was no noise at all coming from the room.
Okay. It's echoey down here and damp and cold, or
It's the air is really thin in this part. It feels like this has been sealed away for quite some time, and so it's very, very dusty. Every breath you bring in, it feels almost nearly lacking in oxygen, but thick with dust. And it's just, and every time you breathe in, you smell that stench, that really rich stench of death, overpowering your senses.
Rich.
Smell that. Rich.
Not good. Not good, Brian.
Right.
Okay, well, yeah.
Keep going. Keep going.
Okay,
We'll
all right.
kill everything that comes at us. I swear.
Terrence, do you see anything in there? Just nod at me if you can see anyone.
Terrence leans into the slightly opened door, leans in, slowly sort of straightens itself back up, turns its head to you, and just starts nodding its head frantically as its bones rattle.
Jesus Christ. Okay, is it undead, Terrence? Nod.
Yeah. And it's just
okay, this is undead. You were right, American. You smelt it. You didn't doubt it. It was them. Okay.
They don't know we're here yet. This is our chance for an ambush. Let's not screw this up.
Good thing. Okay.
Me?
All right.
Hey, Baron, American.
Yeah.
Maybe I should try. I'm the stealthiest one of us here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should try and lurk in through the shadows and get myself into a position where when you come through, they'll have enemy fire on both sides, maybe.
Yes.
It's awfully brave of you.
It's about time. It's been coming. You'd have to say. I'm due.
Just before we do that, Terrence, hold up how many fingers of undead you can see.
He takes another look in, and he's you see him sort of looking around the room, and he comes back to a standstill, and he holds up one hand, his other hand.
I'm out.
His other hand holding the torch. Another hand holding the torch, and then two of his skeletal fingers pops out from the hand that's holding the torch.
I'm definitely fucking out. I don't know what I was thinking.
7?
7 of those things that were in the deep house.
Brian, you've got the old sickening radiance to just kill things at random. Remember when you killed all those children? All those baby animals? Do you remember?
Don't remind me. Oh my
Do that
god.
again. Redeem yourself, man.
Oh, do I ever want to do that again? What if there's babies underneath this temple?
It's a risk we've got to take.
Babies under
Who'd
the
bring a
temple.
baby up in this fucking temple, man?
Well, who would have brought one up in the last place?
They were more like freak mutant animals, weren't they? You know.
Yeah, you're right.
We've done nothing wrong ever. Never mind.
They were subhuman. I always thought.
Yeah, and they deserve to die for sure. Subhuman.
That's what I've always said to myself as I'm just going to sleep at night.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Is everyone else okay with that? We'll cause a barricade of skeletons at this door, and everything beyond there dies.
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
You assume it does, I guess.
Dies instantly, I believe. Okay, I cast. We'll have 4. Let's just have 4 skeletons. Maybe American step back a little bit.
I'll step back a little bit.
And then Patty Holly can move in there. Yeah, Patty Holly. For some reason, it's 2 skeletons stuck together. Okay, I cast Sickening Radiance.
Okay, where do you aim this?
Oh god! What if there's an NPC in there that's like, and your next mission needs this key?
Well, you'll get the key. Fair enough. You will get the key. So Constitution saving throws.
Okay, 30-foot radius. So I just want it to.
30-foot radius is massive. So you want to drop it.
Right there.
There. Okay. So we'll just okay, that sounds good. So we're gonna get Constitution saving throws from everything in this room. So 1, 2, 3, 4,
I'm gonna light up my cigarette,
5,
take a giant drag,
6,
and breathe it out, and the place should be filled with a sickening green glow.
And what kind of damage is it?
Radiant.
Oh yeah, it makes sense. Radiant for that does.
But it's unusual for a, sort of.
Okay.
Bit off-brand for you, Brian. But I think the green tinge brings it around to being a bit more
Yeah, I know. I think it's necromancy. Oh no, it's evocation. No, but yeah, I think it was necromancy. Maybe they changed it.
Okay, and is it a concentration? Like, do you keep it
up
there?
to 10 minutes.
All right.
Did it show up in the?
Let's.
display.
I'm just gonna put like a little marker on you, just to help us remember that you're concentrating on something.
Mm-hmm. When a creature moves into the spell's area for the first time, or on a turn, or starts its turn there, the creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 4d10 radiant damage. Suffer 1 level of exhaustion, but if they're undead, they don't get that. And they will emit a dim greenish light, sort of like fairy fire.
Only one of them
Fairy
saved.
fire.
Fairy fire, thank you. Only one of them saved.
Only one of them saved.
Yes.
Here's 4d10, 21.
Oh, wait, didn't you already previously had rolled 40-10 with your spell
did I?
throw? Yeah.
Oh, and he rolled 2 1s with that one.
Which we unfortunately are going to take that one, since it was rolled first. So
Put your back into it, Brian.
Now's your time to sneak in.
So what is it when it starts its turn there? It must take the damage.
So the thing is, they can start their turn, take damage, come out, and then get pushed back into it to take more damage.
Right.
But they don't take damage until it's their turn at the start of it.
Well, since we'll say that triggers combat for sure, just so we can make sure that we know when they're going to be taking their damage. So
The smell of burning dead.
Yeah,
undead.
so what I'll get from everybody is a roll for initiative, please.
Oh, I guess we got to.
I have rolled an 8 plus 3.
Where's my guy?
Just making sure we're getting rid of all of the old rolls that were in there. So click your tokens and give us a roll.
Oh, there he is. Sorry.
Did that not roll? Oh man.
Is no one else going to join me in battle?
I want to.
Please.
Was it American? I was too busy thinking about Fraggle Rock.
Always still drawing sigils every 6 seconds, like.
Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. Oh.
Okay, I got an 18.
Ooh.
Oh, I've finally done a good roll on something that is fairly inconsequential. A 20.
Ooh.
Is this a surprise round?
Well, this because of the skeletons not quite being stealthy enough, the creatures within this room know something's on its way, so it will not be a surprise round.
Mm-hmm.
They'll still be surprised.
Oh, they'll be surprised to see you, but
this doesn't happen every day.
Okay, cool. So I've put a little marker on you there, Shannon, to denote that you've got your concentration going on.
Okay.
Just so you can keep an eye on that. I've rolled Bill's initiative as well. When it comes to Bill's turn, it'll be up to you guys to try and figure out what Bill would likely be doing in this situation. Adam?
Damn.
No, sorry, I was just putting up my hand to see if it reflected the green light I just put on. Sorry.
Ooh, cool.
Well, it does.
Sorry.
All right, so we'll start the combat with Morley.
Fuck!
That's unexpected. I'm right at the back as well.
Yeah.
Um,
You and Casimir still at the back. The smell of this death seeping from this doorway is just pungent in your face and mouth.
Can I see anything from where I am? Can I see a crack through the door and get sight of any enemy?
You can, because of how dark it is in here, you can see just a real, just black and white, really dim shapes from the small crack in the doorway. So there's not much you can see from in there, from your current position.
All right. Can I assume that my action would have been triggered when we knew there were people in there and I've cast Blade Ward on myself?
Sure.
Okay, so I don't need to spend this turn doing that.
Okay, correct.
Jeez.
I mean,
I'm just going to chuck
you can use your turn to do it if you've got nothing else to do. I mean, that's if you wanted to.
I'm going to move a little bit closer to try and get a slightly better look through the door. And then I'm just going to pick a target, whoever's closest to me, really. And I'm going to throw out a...
I was just going to say, when you move a bit closer and you can see a little bit further into that room, what you see through the doorway, up on the walls of the what looks to be the room past this doorway, two of these just feral humanoids with this sickeningly ghastly grey skin, and they're just staring directly at you and in your direction. 3 eyes on these, unlike the previous ghasts that you came across. They've got 2 of the normal eyes, but you can sort of make out just not even placed nicely on the forehead. Each of them have it placed in a different part of their forehead. Is this what looks to be a completely blinded but open eye?
Third eye, man. Chakra.
Oh, he's enlightened. He's our friend.
Oh, turn off the spell.
Turn off the radiance. I'm going in to make friends and make a hacky sack. I'm going to throw a firebolt in there at actually one of them critters that you just described.
Okay.
Yeah. Eat this.
Give us a roll to hit.
Oh, sorry. No. Oh, yeah, that's worked. 17.
That is a hit.
Great.
What's
Unfortunately, for some reason, hasn't really rolled my damage. That's no good. 2d10. So here we go.
Dang, that's a
Not bad.
decent one.
13. And no, you're not going to give me sneak attack on that, are you?
No, I won't give you. No, this was not a surprise. You're not hidden at any point, and they were looking directly at you.
With 3 eyes.
But one of the eyes sucked.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that is true.
You could argue that
Like a
they
sticker.
were a third down. Yeah. Right.
What was that? That was fire. I'm just checking to see fire damage is a-okay. It soars through that small crack in the door, lighting up the room fully. The Baron, you're probably at the best place to see it, but from your perspective, you saw just a quick glimpse as that firebolt shot through the room, what looked to be 2 standing in the middle of this room, and then maybe a couple more shadows high up inside the room as well. But that hits.
High up.
Wraps as the flames around this thing, and it screams, and that's when you see Morley the long telltale tongue of the gas just lashing around in pain.
Ew.
Anything else?
I'm going to kind of do a dive roll to the other side of the door and take the hide action.
Nice.
Okay, great. There's a lot of people in that space at the moment.
I can get Paddy out of there or whoever. There you go.
Okay, cool. There's no room to really... There's no good place to hide. If you can give me a stealth roll here... Because what you've just come up against is a wall of crumbled stone.
Yeah. Okay. Let me give you that stealth roll.
Become the stone, Adam. Crumbled.
Oh, it's nowhere near as good as... Oh, no, it's quite good.
That's pretty good.
Oh.
29.
What do you mean
Okay.
it's quite good? It's exceptional.
It is
It's close to
exceptional.
demigod.
You're
level.
you with all of the shadows that the torch that Terrence is holding is casting, you manage to sort of hide in behind and disguise yourself up against the stones and bricks and rocks.
Yeah, it's kind of my thing, guys.
Okay. Next up, we've got Baron. Baron, what's going on?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm...
Again, you've just seen like a lot of things, a lot of shapes within that room.
Yes. I think I can see 2 here on my map anyway, down the bottom.
So they're quite high up in the room. The room doesn't seem very tall. Like it's only about 10 feet, sort of a similar size as the chamber that led down here. So you can see them almost like spiders up against the top corner of that.
So they're
southern
stuck into the walls.
Yeah.
Gross. It was already gross, and now it's really gross. Get off the walls.
And you're now seeing those the eyes as well, with the extra blind eyes that seem to be searching despite being completely clouded over.
Okay, I'm going to cast Ice Knife
Okay.
at those 2 that I can see.
One of them's already taken damage. It's got some burn marks on him.
Right.
Um,
Well, I'll go for that one.
Okay. It was a roll of 11. That is a miss.
2.
So it just sticks into the wall next to.
But that does
creature.
explode,
Okay.
and that target and the ones next to it must make a dexterity saving throw. We'll take 2d6.
And what's the range on it?
5 feet.
Oh, okay, cool. The one it hit had rolled a 14, so that's a miss, and the other one rolled a 5, which is also a miss.
8 cold damage.
8 cold damage to each. Come on, what's going on here?
Chill out.
Okay, great. Yeah, so it slams into the stonework, and as it's falling down into the room, it explodes and shatters and does 8 damage as these shards of ice puncture the skins of these the ghast. The other thing that you've noticed in that room by now, Baron, is that beneath these 2 on the floor looks to be like an amber sarcophagus. Well, looks like an amber sarcophagus.
Does it look like it's intact, or?
From where you are, you can't really get any sort of details on it.
Intriguing.
Anything else from Baron?
No.
All right, it's.
Oh, unless my guys can start shooting.
We've got. I've rolled your skeletons their own turn. So they've got their own little turn there. Bill's turn. What are we doing for Bill? So Bill said, John said that. By the way, Bill wasn't able to make it tonight, but he wanted to make sure that Bill was very cautious. He's very scared of this place. And I imagine him coming down the stairway, getting that hit of his death stench, and being reminded of the ghasts from the Durst house is anticipating quite a fight. He reminds you guys quickly. He sort of shouts out like, "Don't let them scratch you," and just in shouting that, he reminds you of the time Loris was scratched by one and became paralyzed. His whole arm went completely numb and paralyzed just from the smallest scratch.
Maybe I should have moved back a little bit.
So what are we going to do with his action? Does he have any good cantrips?
Do you guys have access
he
to...
has-
I think you've got
He
access
has
to
a
it.
ranged... Doesn't he have like a ranged attack of some kind?
Well,
It's
you've...
got dissonant whispers. Would that help?
I feel like would undead be like have advantage against that psychic stuff or not?
Yeah, can't make them go to sleep. He can sort of... probably can't charm them. Silence probably wouldn't do anything, or suggestion, or calm emotions probably. Zone of truth could be.
Hit it with that.
Hypnotic pattern is a biggie, but I don't know if
Well, what's his simple like ranged attack that we could do? We could just
message
with
friends
that.
and vicious mockery.
Yeah, does he have
I don't
just a
think he-
ranged weapon or anything?
I don't think he has a bow.
It's got the blood spear. No, he'd probably lose that if he just threw it into the fray.
Bill,
It comes back.
Crack them rocks.
Bill
How
would
about-
absolutely use that if he knew it was going to be dealing the final blow, because it absorbs the last bit of HP and gives it to him. So
But that's only 5 foot attack
Yeah.
on that, eh?
yeah.
Okay. How about we just have him heal if anyone gets hurt?
Well,
He's the medic.
but he doesn't need to do that yet.
No, but I can't see. He doesn't have a bow and arrow or.
Well, could he just do his
How about that-
cantrip,
that
the
dissonant
vicious
whisper?
mockery one, or whatever it was?
You don't think Dissonant Whispers?
I don't know. I don't have his sheet in
Vicious
front of me.
mockery.
That's
is
what I
his
suggested.
cantrip. Let's go.
One creature of your choice can hear within range, racking it with a terrible pain. Target must succeed on a wisdom throw. On a failed save, it takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction to move as far as its speed allows away from you.
Yeah, let's do
I
that.
feel like that's
Dissonant
something
Whispers.
that. I feel like that's something he'd do.
But what would he say to it?
Oh,
All right.
you're ghastly.
Oh,
Oh,
they gave me
Really?
psychic damage.
That's how you knew it was good. That's wouldn't be Bill without that. So I think Bill steps
Yeah.
forward, takes a look through the crack of the door, sees the very injured Ghast up on the southern wall of that room, and casts out with a. Does he strum his
Yes.
guitar? Does he have a
his
guitar?
loop.
Drums is something. His banjo string.
He has something. Oh, I forgot what it's called. Some weird sounding thing, like a lyre or something.
Yeah.
Mandolin.
We don't even know our dear friend's instrument. We're such bad
So
friends.
a wisdom
Here's the
saving
bar.
throw.
Whatever that
is it?
fucking thing he's always carrying is. That piece of
Playing that
bullshit.
thing.
He has rolled a 12. That is definitely not a success. So he's failed
Ah, Bill.
He takes 15 damage.
15.
I've
It
just
says
rolled
1d4.
3d10.
What? It says it must succeed on a wisdom that will take 1d4 psychic damage. Oh, that's vicious
It's
mockery.
vicious mockery.
Right, okay. I bet you're glad you didn't roll vicious mockery now.
Oh,
So
I thought we were doing that. Oh, sorry. I did it wrong.
Dissonant whispers.
so
we're
wait,
making a
Whisper.
we're making a
Okay.
vicious mockery of D&D right now.
wait a
I'll take
second.
that.
So was it meant to be a wisdom save then for dissonant whispers? Yeah, it was. Eh? All right, same
Yeah.
thing. So 3d6 psychic damage.
Oh, okay. So I did everything wrong.
Like literally every step, yeah. But that's good. That's fine.
3D.
Don't rub it in or
bad.
anything.
This guy.
Whoa, 5, 5, and a
Except
6.
that was
Nice.
fantastic. 16. So this I don't know. It's like a discordant note rings out across the room and gets into the head of this creature, and it just drops writhing from the top of the wall, drops down onto this amber sarcophagus and crunches, snaps its back, lands onto the ground, clutching its head, screaming, and dies.
Ooh.
What a pussy. Yeah. Fuck
Yeah,
him
they were
up,
just
Bill.
Get him,
whispers,
Bill.
man. Can't even handle a whisper, Bill.
Next person should yell. Oh, really? Take him
Doesn't
out.
it yelling?
Yeah.
Just a level up one.
It goes from dissonant whispers to dissonant shout.
I think that's all Bill
Careful, Pierce.
will do. American, over to you. Actually, there's probably one last thing Bill would do, which is take a few steps back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to do that. He told us too late.
I'm gonna say, amazing job, Bill. And then I'm gonna raise my staff and I'm gonna yell out, I'll keep them in their place. And I'm gonna a line of strong wind starts to form out of my staff, and I yell, "May the summer tempest ensnare you all!" as a warm gust of wind shoots towards them, and I cast Gust of Wind.
Okay. Strength save.
So they how do I get it to show me the... Oh, here we go. So a line of strong wind 60 feet long and 10 feet wide blasts from me in a direction I choose. Each creature that blah 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 strength saving throw and gets pushed 15 feet away from us.
All right. So before
If it,
I just go, haha, now you've fucked all the skeletons up. I'm going to ask you whether or not you want to cast this with the skeletons standing in front of you.
Oh, no, I step forward and do it. I don't do it on them.
So you are going to move to the front of the door.
I'm going to move to the front
Yeah.
and then cast it so I don't kill all our friendlies.
Okay, cool.
That's not my vibe. That's not my thing.
Just blow them into the room.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Go get him.
Look out for that radiance.
Oh yeah, I think I need to start placing some of these spells down. So what have we got?
Oh my god! Imagine if you're like, Joe, you didn't say that you stepped forward, so you actually push not only the skeletons but Morley and Baron Byron into the sickening radiance. Would you guys please make a damage saving throw?
I take offense at your description of my voice. All right, so I'm just placing some stuff.
Oh, and I have to add, it looks very cool.
Are you doing it right into the middle of the room through the ones you can't really see, or the one aiming it up at the one that you see up on the wall?
Well, it's 10 feet wide, so I'm just going to blast it. I can't really see anything very well.
From there, like if you move
off.
to there, where I'd say that from your position, as you move into position, you can see multiple people within the center of this room.
Oh, get him.
I'm going to go for the multiple people in the center of the room.
Okay, I think that...
Are they women and children? Because if they are, I
Too
don't
late.
aim at them.
Too late, they're all dead. All the women and children are dead now.
So
There was a creche. That's where the creche is for the Ender Temple, actually.
God damn it.
Okay, the gust of wind absolutely just like blows the door open as well. Just pushes the door open.
You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off. So-
It's like compressed air knocking off these bugs off the wall or something.
And
Are they stuck to the ceiling?
there's as the door opens up and the gust of wind just pushes out from your staff, you see two of these creatures just standing at the ready in the middle of the room facing you. There's another two up on the roof behind them, and there's another one sort of tucked away in the corner at the northern side. And in each of the little alcoves, north, east, and south, there is a relatively large amber sarcophagus. There are multiple sarcophagi.
Very nice.
So one in each alcove.
Like a guy.
Okay.
Sarcophagi.
Sorry.
Who said what now?
So anyway, American's busy.
I didn't read my spell properly. What the fuck? I always get caught by the fine print. No.
So it doesn't do any damage now. It does it when they start their turn. Is that correct?
No.
With
Each
gust
creature
of
that
wind?
starts its turn in the line,
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, they
any
have
creature
to
in the
do a
line must spend
strength
2
saving.
feet of movement for every 1 foot, and it extinguishes. Is it concentration? Let me give you a little concentration marker as well, just so we know.
And
that
also, the fine print of the spell says it looks very cool and makes American seem like a badass. And also, then she leaps backwards and shouts, "Brian, get your skeletons to shield me. We must keep this wind going at all costs."
Okay,
Now,
so will you just be behind them or?
Before we jump into the fine print here, it says, okay, the wind blasts out from you in a direction you choose for the spell's duration. So it's connected to you when you move. And
You
you
may
are
have
the
to
one
be
creating and
online.
concentrating on it. So if you
Thank
want this to
you.
be there, you're going to stand your ground.
I'm going to be very vulnerable. Well, I'm still going to shout that I want the skeletons to protect me by
I'll
any
tell you
means
what.
possible.
You stand back a bit, just below me there. And the
Yep.
skeletons will make a gap there.
Okay.
And no.
Boom. And if it looks like they're going to make their way in, these two skeletons, their reaction will be to jump in.
Hell yeah.
This is a
I'm just
fantastic...
standing there with my staff planted in this massive gust of wind, but I'm very vulnerable right now.
It looks very cool.
Oh, good. Thank you for acknowledging
It
that.
looks
I have not
very
seen this
cool.
spell before. This is way when you said gust, I was thinking How powerful can a gust be? But
This
it's
is like
a powerful beam of wind.
this is Gust's big brother, Gust
Ah,
of Wind.
that's cool. So, is there
This is no
anything?
cantrip.
Is there anything else you want to do before we move on?
I think I've done enough.
Okay, great. It is the Ghast's turns. They're all going to need to make a strength saving throw. Is that correct? Well, the four of them will need to make a strength saving throw. So let's go. First two
This is like a Kamehameha.
is a
wind.
is
Like
a
that.
9 and a 14, so they both fails. The two on the wall above the sarcophagus, an 8 and a 22. So one of them manages to just hold on despite that. The two at the front, though, they just get like slammed. They get pushed. They're meant to go 15 feet, but instead they just get slammed up against the sarcophagus.
Hell yeah.
Badoom. So just 5 foot, just they stumble back and sort of end up pushed up against that. There's no damage done, is that correct?
No, but I think Sickening Radiance might have something to say about it.
Yeah. And just so you know, you get a bonus action on each of your turns before the spell ends where you can change the direction of it as well, just so you're aware of that. So now the Sickening Radiance, all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, 6 of them, need to roll a Constitution saving throw. So 1.
Oh, I thought they already did it.
Did we?
Yeah, and only one saved.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
that is my recollection too.
Okay, that's right. And it was the one in the middle of the room on the left that saved. Cool. So the rest take, how much did we roll? 20? No, it was 11.
It wasn't the good roll.
It was 11 damage. So yeah, they each start their turn in there. As the Sickening Radiance enters their lungs, damaging them from the inside.
It's like they're in a microwave, I imagine.
A windy microwave.
A windy, magical, green microwave.
Hurricane of radiant death ensnares them all.
Yeah.
The one that's saved, does it take half damage, does it?
Oh, I think...
It's normal. Yeah, half as much,
I
I believe.
I'll put it on again.
Oh, and they all start glowing. They all start glowing a greenish light as well, which helps fill that room with a little extra light. But it doesn't look
easy to
like
hit.
doesn't look like they take any extra damage there. The light makes it impossible for the creature to benefit from being invisible. The light and any levels of exhaustion caused by the spell go away when the spell ends. So there's one that didn't get damaged by that at all on its turn. By the way, also one of the ghasts from your gust of wind got knocked off the wall and crashed down on top of the sarcophagus as well.
Taking full damage of 10d8.
No, it only fell 5 foot onto the top of this thing, and so it's kind of crouched on top of it now. But
Very
that
pointy sarcophagus.
there's 3 of them now in the middle of that, sort of at the end of that room, trying to lean into that wind, and they're going to try charge you. They only get half movement, and so they are all trying to get closer, pushing through, thrashing their like claws and tongue out towards you in the middle of the doorway there. But not seemingly able to get any closer. The one on the northern alcove sort of disappears into a corner as he's still high up on the wall, but doesn't venture into the wind. The one at the back of the room scurries across the ceiling, pushing into the wind. All of these, as you're now seeing, all of them have this third creepy eye, unlike any of the other ghasts you have seen. And as they get closer to the doorway, despite the gust of wind, that stench of them all like congregating near that doorway is just disgusting. It is Terrence's turn.
Okay, so I think they
And
will
all
ready
the
in action.
skeletons.
They're going to ready in action, so if it looks like they're going to breach the wind and into this room, they're going to jump in front.
Okay. Okay, that sounds good.
So I guess
Jump
they
in front,
shouldn't
say
go-
into the wind.
Well, will you be able to stop the wind if they?
I would never do such a thing.
Yeah.
Are
what if
they
come
able
close?
to block? Are they able to block attacks without jumping in front of my wind? Because my body's behind the staff.
Well, just as a
Could
just
they
as
jump
a
behind the staff?
just as a caveat, that they only have to roll strength if they start their turn in the wind. So they can jump into the wind and not be affected.
It's not like when you enter the
No,
effect.
each creature that starts its turn must succeed on strength saving throw or be pushed away. But any creature in the line gets half movement, so they can enter it just fine, but they can't start their turn in it. So they could totally jump into to attack at the last minute if they need to.
Here's the thing. Next time American has a turn, their effect will happen again, right? And it will push them back, hopefully. They'll have to do another saving throw.
Only at the start of their next turn. This is a concentration spell up to a minute, so it's just going to be always on.
So it keeps happening, right?
Yeah.
Well, or maybe I should just shoot them. What do you think? Because if they jump in and block, then next time they'll be pushed
They might
away by
be
the blast.
pushed. They might be pushed.
Then
If they fail.
they will fail.
Well,
Mr. Confidence.
There's a bit of confidence there.
Okay, no. I got more skeletons. They will jump in to block
Okay.
if it looks like they're going to breach this doorway.
thank you, Brian.
Okay, cool. So we'll just leave it at that then for now.
Yeah.
It's Casimir's turn, which I should probably refamiliarize myself with Casimir as well. He's going to do something similar to what Morley did. He's going to jump down, try and get a view. Obviously, this area is quite crowded now, but he can see one of the ghasts through a door, and he shoots off a firebolt.
Get an original idea, Chief.
He hit. So with a...
I hit.
Morley hit. Like,
All right. So he rolled a 22, doing 17 damage as that flies into the room and thuds into the chest of this ghast. Like it splashes down across its tongue and chest. And actually, that sounded right. That sounded right. It burnt him. I'll say that. It definitely burnt him.
yeah, just leave it at that.
I'll just leave it at that. And so while he's trying to push through against the wind, sorry, Casimir's very happy with himself after that. Anyway, Morley, it's Morley's turn.
Oh, hey, for the jumping in, I just want to say they'll be doing the dodge action. I don't, when I say block, they're jumping in to do dodge.
They're jumping in to do dodge. So
Yeah,
not
dodge
attacking.
just means that they are not attacking. They are, they'll be getting attacked.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
dodging.
Okay, cool. Is that a roll
that
or is that
people
just an
can't come
automatic
through.
thing?
No, that's an action. An action is
Oh, right.
So for their action is dodge, or you
Gotcha.
can do attack or something.
Okay, cool. Morley.
Morley's still hidden. He's got a pretty good line of sight through that door. I'm seeing. I'd like to target the one quite specifically one that didn't just get that fireball splashing all over his tongue. Any one that isn't that one that just took that fire damage.
Sure.
And I'm going to attack with my crossbow. My thinking being that if I hit, I'll get sneak attack on that because I'm hidden.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep, sounds good. It will absolutely
Why
get
not the
sneak
one
attack.
that got it on the tongue?
Because I feel like that took a whole bunch of fire damage, and I want to try and inflict quite a lot of damage on one that is not damaged yet or has minimal damage. Yeah, that's my
Okay.
thinking.
Oh, we want to.
But why?
We want
Because he
to do
wants
the
to.
attack. Okay.
I just want to know why.
Yeah, why?
Never mind.
Okay,
Ooh.
so 21 to hit, 10 piercing, and 23 sneak attack.
Damn.
Hell yeah.
Okay, yeah, that you're
Sheesh.
you're targeting the one next to the one that got hit with Casimir's firebolt.
Splashed all over his tongue, yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to describe how this?
And chest.
Do you want to describe how this hits and kills the ghast?
This one goes all over.
The ghast is leering forward, and then out of seemingly nowhere, this bolt just pierces right in that gross third eye,
Ooh.
Okay.
like buried in as far as it can go, and then it just drops to the ground flat without making a single noise.
It goes exactly like that, except for the dropping flat. It gets picked up by the gust of wind and just gets thrown, spiraling past the ghast behind it and into the sarcophagus, just crunching and
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It just.
No, not in my head.
Okay, it falls
so-
flat, and then the gust of wind just makes it goes across
Slowly.
the room.
Just leaving like this
Yeah.
big skid mark.
Yeah.
Did you say it went into
Yeah, I
the
like
sarcophagus?
that version better.
Okay, good. Yeah.
More realistic.
Okay. Anything else from Morley?
I just use my bonus action to remain hidden in the shadows.
Perfect. Baron, back to you.
Okay, for some reason I can't really see.
It's
The whole room.
because Terrence has the torch, and where's Terrence at the moment? Terrence is up at the top right corner. So your visibility for this at the moment is actually
I want Terrence to be this one.
very, very low. Okay, it's still pretty low.
Doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, it's still
Okay.
pretty low because of there's no light really getting into that room at the moment.
I just want to do
They're-
Ice Knife again.
although they are all glowing, aren't they?
Yes.
Does it give us advantage or not? Or is it just flame?
No, it's not
No.
like fairy fire.
Exactly.
I don't think. But it stops people from being invisible.
Yeah, so they can't be
Right.
invisible.
Very good.
Yeah. I'm sure they would if they could.
So I'm just adding some light glows to these guys. Hopefully that helps you see some stuff.
Yep.
Cool.
It's bright. It's just there's a triangle here right in the middle. Like the door is stopping it.
I mean, it shouldn't be.
Okay, well I want to get this guy right here with Ice Knife
The guy was just, the guy at the sort of behind.
in the middle.
Yeah. He's up on the roof. He's crawling into the wind on the roof there. So yeah, give us a roll to hit.
Okay. Ice Knife. Did that. Okay, that's a 15. to hit that
15
guy.
is a hit.
Oh yeah. And so that should do 3 piercing damage.
All right.
Ooh,
It's just
got
like
Eat it.
it sticks. It sticks just like right into his chest as he's looking up at the door.
And then that one and the ones close to it need to do a DC 17 Dex saving throw.
Even the one that it's stuck into, I figured that would you can't really
Yes.
dodge that. It's stuck into him.
Yeah.
But we'll roll it. Maybe he
But,
quickly
well, no,
throws
you
it
can
out.
Forego that roll if you like.
Nah,
Automatic.
we'll roll it. The 3 of them got 15 and one of them got 6. DC
Okay,
17.
so
They
got
all
them
fail.
all. So they all take an extra 6 cold damage each.
Oh, this is a blood
Coldies.
bath. Or a
Okay.
skid mark bath.
I don't know which one I'd prefer.
100% blood.
I
Yeah.
don't know if I
They
want to
have a
skip
blood
that.
bath.
Well, it smells like a skid mark bath in here.
It really does. You're so right, American. Appreciate comment.
I don't think that those words have ever been uttered before in English language.
It's The magic of D&D.
The ice knife just explodes and just rains down these sharp shards across the four ghasts.
All over their chests.
The one, well, all over the back of the one that had the splash. So he's had it from front and back.
All right.
And I'll tell you what, he's finding it hard to walk right now.
Okay.
Anything else from the Baron?
No.
All right.
No.
All right, we're back with Bill. What do we think Bill's got in store for these? I don't even know if he's going to be able to really get in there at this point.
He can just yell something rude.
Well, you
He's
can,
good at
right?
that.
He's got his
magical.
This is your time to shine, Shannon. You were going to use vicious mockery before.
Was I?
Please. Please.
Well, I said my killer burn. You're ghastly.
Do they have to roll, or is it just a
Wisdom
wisdom saving throw or something, right? Wisdom saving.
So it's what came up on the text.
Okay. String of insults laced with subtle enchantments. You can see within range. If the target can hear you, it must succeed on a wisdom saving throw, which I've just rolled.
I think we have to, between the four of us, come up with at least some kind of insult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it has failed,
Some
so it's
sort
got
of
to be
Fraggle Rock based.
I like it smells like a skid mark bath in here. Imagine
yeah.
you'd be like, oh my god, it does. This is
Yeah.
good, right?
Yes,
It's
I
disgusting.
agree.
Well, it doesn't matter what you roll for this, because unless you roll under 2, this insult really gets to this ghast. And with all the damage it's taken, it grabs onto its head in complete embarrassment with how he smells, falls flat onto the ground, and then across the room.
A gross dark greenish brown skid.
Yeah. All right, American, we're back with you.
All right, I'm still.
I imagine American is you. Can you make this smell like Febreze?
Yeah,
you're
I like to
blasting
think that this
Febreze.
is like some kind of nice naturey type scent that's trying to like break through the stench.
Hey, we can do that. It's like that's how you add your little bit
Pine
of flavor to
scented.
this. Yeah, pine
Ooh,
scented.
pine scented.
Just blast. 150k an hour win.
Yeah.
Smells
I'm
like
going.
Christmas in here. Christmas skid mark.
Yeah, like Christmas.
What? Anyway, I'm going to be concentrating on the wind, and while I'm holding my staff up, I'm going to be rummaging around in my cape, and I pull out a dagger, a poison-tipped dagger, thanks to Ranzan, and I'm just going to yell out, "Take this, you Resident Evil rejects!" And I'm going to whip it at the closest one.
I think Bill might steal that for his next move as well. The closest one, there's two, one on ground level pushing towards you, and there's one still up on the roof that had that ice knife, but they're about equidistant. So take your pick.
I have rolled a 17 plus 7 to hit.
That is a definite hit.
Why doesn't it not tell me the damage?
Just I'm not sure.
Well, I'll just roll it manually. 1d4 plus 3. It's not very good, is it? I've rolled a 3 plus 3 for 6, and I'm gonna aim at the one on the ceiling.
Okay, great. It is getting pretty annoyed with all of these blades being thrown its way as
I
it
don't
snarls out down at the doorway. But blood now coming from its mouth.
I'm gonna try and figure out how much damage the spider poison does.
I'll give you a hint. It doesn't.
Okay, it does nothing.
Yeah.
Very good. That saves me trying to figure that out
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
fly. Excellent.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be affected by the poison at all. But as it's clinging onto the roof at the moment, looking down, upside down at the doorway, blood pouring out of its mouth, trickling up its face and over its blind eye, it just snarls down at you.
Ooh.
Foul creature.
Anything else?
I continue Febrezing.
Okay, great. No using bonus action to change the angle or anything. You're good with the angle.
I think it's where it needs to be.
It's a
right,
very
team?
good. It's a very good angle. All right, it's the Ghast's turn again, so we've got to do some more rolls. Is that right? Is the sickening radiance every time? Every time they start their turn,
Yes.
Yes.
or it starts its turn?
Anytime they pushed into it as well.
Okay.
So I re-roll the damage.
What does it say? Does it say re-roll the damage?
Yeah, it has to
yeah.
succeed on a Constitution saving throw.
So let's do those throws. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of these guys left. 1, 2, 3, 4, and they've all rolled badly except for one, which rolled a 17. So one of them saves, and it's
26.
the southernmost one, the one that's still up on the wall near the southern alcove. That one saved against this. The other 3 did not. 26 radiant damage. They all just are absolutely radiated by this room. Their skin starts to like
Radiant.
fizzle and bubble, and they all drop down. The one on the northern side just crunches down onto the ground, onto the sarcophagus, and cracks its head open and falls onto the ground. The one on the roof drops down and also cross into the back of the room, as does the one standing in the middle of the room, up against the esophagus. The only one remaining undamaged, untouched from that, is the one in the southern alcove. Unless it takes half damage from it. Does it take half damage? No, it doesn't. Okay, but it is still glowing. It is not in the way. It is not in the way of your wind gust, so it doesn't need to roll strength against it. And instead, it charges for the doorway only for 2.
Petty Holly.
Yeah, for Patty Holly. For Patty Holly to just jump in its way. The Ghast. What are we going to do here? The Ghast is going to try and sidestep Patty Holly, only for Terrence to now also jump in the way as well. So it was trying to get around, and it finds itself up against Terrence, and he goes to slash out with claws, only for Terrence to effortlessly dodge out of the way.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that right? They're using just dodge?
I think they have to roll
they get
for it,
advantage.
Oh, they get
on-
okay. Well, okay.
Oh no, you get disadvantage on your attack.
Okay, we'll attack with these claws. With disadvantage, he's rolled a 16.
That's a hit.
Doing 10 slashing damage.
Oh, on Terrence.
Correct, yeah.
How much? 16.
10 damage.
Oh, okay. Terrence, you brave soul. Okay.
Terrence standing there with his torch raised high, this illuminating the face of this green glowing ghast, and it is now Terrence and the skeletons' turns.
And I guess they get blown into.
They do.
So, what do
I wanted to
they
cut
roll?
you off real quick with that one. Strength saving throws.
They get blown by the ghast, and it's that tongue.
There's been a
when
lot of that
tongue to
happening.
work.
Oh god.
How much-
We're
Every single one of
back.
our fights just turns into a badly choreographed porno.
Not even on purpose.
Yeah, strength saving throw.
Seems like we're doing it a little bit on purpose.
And it's got to beat a 16.
Oh, why am I rolling d10s? Okay, so they get it. It's just a straight. Okay, an 18 and 3. So Patty Holly failed.
She gets thrown 15 foot into the room.
Okay. 5, 10.
And I would like to mention also that brave Terrence's torch instantly becomes extinguished.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, plot twist! Who could have
Oh, no,
imagined
but he
something
saved-
so impactful happening?
Doesn't it make it...
I mean, it's a gust of wind that is blowing it out. Doesn't matter about the strength saving
The torch
throw,
doesn't get a saving throw.
yeah.
No, there's like a section on it, isn't it? And it extinguishes candles and torches and similar flames in the area. Oh, it causes protected flames.
It's not.
Such
It
as
was just a.
so it's not a lantern.
No, it's just a torch. It's just fire on
To
a stick.
dance wildly
Just
with a 50% chance to extinguish them. It's just a stick.
It's just a stick.
Okay, so it's dark.
Yeah.
And
But there's still that glow emanating from the ghast in the doorway. But that's all you can see now, Baron.
okay. All right.
So it is, the skeleton's turn. The skeletons all have dark vision, so they're fine.
True. Okay, I think there's a gap here, right? So Mark can move down and attack.
Not from there, not from there.
Terrence. Don't attack Terrence. Oh, actually, sorry. Patty Holly needs to make a save versus my radiant damage because they've entered the area.
Okay.
So, what was that?
What
kind of save is that?
have a quick look here. A Constitution saving throw, and they need to beat
Okay.
17 is the DC.
Okay, so they get this +2. 6 +2, so that's a fail, and they'll
and-
take
Uh-oh.
Was that
20.
40, 10?
26 damage. I think was the last roll. Should I do another one?
I'd say do another one. I would be
Alright.
personally saying, do another one.
22.
22.
That's the magic number.
Radiant damage.
Oh no. Oh no.
Patty Holly, my favorite,
Patty Holly.
dead.
Dead just drops to the ground and then goes across the room up against him.
No skin that. No skin that.
Through,
Insult to injury.
through all of the blood and shit from these ghasts and
Oh.
just finds itself up against a lump of ghast meat up against the
Just
sarcophagus.
rolling skull and bones rolling up
Yeah.
in this dirty turd room.
Yeah. So that was radiant damage, eh? Yeah, not poison.
Yeah, radiant. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, so Mark gets to attack.
Loris would be so jealous.
Well,
of
Mark
that kid, by
needs
the way.
to yeah.
Being rolled through blood and shit and bile as he died. He'd just be like,
What a way to-
here I come.
Mark's
doing what he
current,
loved.
Mark's current position is basically up against a wall. He's nowhere near being able
Oh,
to
you can't
hit.
get it?
No.
Nah, forget about it. I'm just loading more skeletons at the top in case.
Okay.
So their turn is just basically block this room next time
Yeah, okay,
if
cool.
they need to.
It's Casimir's turn, and he can just see across the shoulders of everyone, and will take another shot with his firebolt. Firebolt. Let's roll that. It is a roll of 14, which is a hit. Doing
Really?
11 damage, which that is also the magic number. That last ghast just gets hit with that firebolt. It too just gets scorched and drops to the ground, flat onto the ground, across the ground to the back of the room, and that is that's combat over. That is
Wow.
all of the ghasts now dead. The smell hasn't left, but the ghasts.
It's just being blown around and back
Yeah,
into
yeah.
our faces, but now it's hot.
It's
Hot
like a
wind
hairdryer.
blasting it back into our
Yeah.
eyes and mouth and nose.
Hairdryer full of shit.
Perfect time to take a break.
Oh,
It's like a dump in your Dyson.
Awesome.
the synergy. The synergy
Yeah.
of this
That was
group right
that
now.
was
Combos.
really, really good. Really good. The gust of wind mixed with like the room of just microwaving was just fantastic.
Microwave room.
Yeah.
We
Hey,
need one of
Joe.
those rotating discs.
Yeah.
Joe, you always have like the best like cool shit to say when you're attacking. I don't know how you may honestly make it look fucking effortless, and I'm so jealous of it. And it's always awesome.
Well,
Oh, thank you.
what about adios, motherfucker? I thought that was good.
That was cool. Don't.
yeah,
That
that's
was
what I'm
cool.
saying. That was great.
Such a twat. It wasn't cool. We all know it wasn't cool. We all know that we're only trying to slip it in under the guise of it. Oh no, it was cool to make you feel like an absolute knob.
No,
and
oh
mission
no.
accomplished.
I think when anyone yells anything, it's automatically cool.
I agree. I love it when anyone says anything. It's good.
Yeah.
Really?
What I don't
I'm
like
wow.
is when someone's just like, "Oh, I throw a weapon at them."
Yeah,
And it's
exactly.
like, oh, no. Like, okay, just say something cheesy. It's
Yeah.
better than saying something like
Yeah.
nothing interesting about it. You know.
If they just say adios, motherfucker, that's no good.
Exactly.
Unless that's what their character would do, in which case it is good.
Yeah. You yell it. It's good.
It's not. I think that's what makes it extra lame. Is it's not what my character would do at all. Where would he pick that phrasing
That's
up?
why it's
No,
funny.
fucking nowhere. You're watching too many movies.
I love the special Spanish.
Sayonara.
That could be his next one.
Auf Wiedersehen, bitch.
Actually, that could be, because Morley's travelled around a lot.
Yeah.
To Newcastle or
Yeah,
Germany.
maybe he's got he just only things he learned are the insults from the different ports,
Yeah.
From another world.
different languages.
You'd think that would be the only thing he's learned. Is shit ass fucking weaponry and magic rolling normally. Except in that fight.
That was good.
Yeah.
That fucking crossbow bolt.
Yeah. What did you do? Like 33 damage in one turn?
Yeah, that was brutal.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Assassin.
Not bad. Not bad.
And it's good. It's good seeing you using the hide so you can get the sneak attacks and stuff in. It's awesome.
Yeah, only took me literally 2 years to work that out. So that's good.
And you learned about your sustained lightning bolt thing,
Oh yeah, witch
Yeah,
bolt.
another very late. entry.
which that sounds fucking good. It's
That
one of those
actually
ones where you
does.
can just continue, use your next action to continue the damage.
It is, but unfortunately, I don't. Oh, it increases by 1d12 for every spell slot above first, and because I'm only like a little bit magic with Arcane Trickster, I only have 2 level 2 spell slots, I think.
Oh yeah,
Right.
but that's a good use if it can. If how many does it last? Like a minute or?
Because if you're on your last spell slot, you can just like throw that out and just keep it alive without having to expend more spell
It's
slots.
like multiple spells.
Yeah,
if it
yeah.
hits.
Yeah.
It
And it
ends
works.
if I use my action to do anything else, or the target is outside the spell's range.
What's the range on it?
30 foot.
Just write that down. Just for no-
But all of a sudden,
Someone's got to.
all the enemies are hanging out at 35 feet away from Morley now.
Yeah. Weird, isn't that weird? They don't
Got
want
like a
anything to do with
35
Morley
foot
anymore.
hole.
So here's a question:
crazy.
if he does that and then re-hides, will he get sneak attack each time he's re-hidden himself with the same spell? That's pretty good.
Yeah, as long as he remains hidden.
Pretty
But
awesome.
actually, you know what? If it comes to that, because it creates a connection, a literal, physical, visible connection between.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
It's
be
You're not going to be
hiding
hiding. They're going to know exactly
Oh,
where
so
you
it's
are.
it's like kind of threaded to him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like
I think-
a Ghostbuster.
Yeah.
Ah,
I
right,
think the way we ruled it last time is after we had Reagan and I had that discussion about like using it for magical attacks.
And the agreement was if we were hidden, but the way we played it in combat near those gates on the top of the mountain was that I got it for my first magical attack, but not for subsequent magical attacks, even though I was hiding.
Yeah,
that
right.
makes sense.
Yeah. Because it basically shows where you are, right? See a big magical bolt shoot out from
It's
somewhere.
a lightning bolt pointing
Lightning bolt.
at your shadow. Yeah, lightning bolt.
That magic rock. It's really doing some serious damage.
See the crumbling wall.
Yeah, Lyndon Hood, who's watching, says, pretty sure they'd know if they were being witched by. Yeah, I agree. Just this red kind of electricity, like tucking into some shadows. Random Origins has resubscribed. We're at 35 months. 35.
Wow.
Also, Darkon DOD has also resubscribed for 2 months.
Yes.
It's so weird. I don't know why it upsets me so much.
I think it's because you can't do it as a man without looking incredibly strange, and I just look like a.
It's a bit sexist.
Like it's just like
can do it
I don't
really
know.
well.
It's just something about the way I'm holding my hands is very.
See, I can do it.
It's very effeminate. There's no way to do it without being incredibly
That is true.
effeminate.
Yes,
That is true.
That's true.
And that's why it's strong and the best.
And I'm way
stuff.
too manly. Just way too manly. Me? Yeah, too manly. But big thank you to Random and Darkon for resubscribing. You guys are awesome. And just as awesome. Wow.
Where's Darkon from?
Darkon, where are you from? Are you still in the chat? Whereabouts are you from? By the way, we're going to be coming up to the start of daylight saving soon. Is that right? Which throws off like all of our viewers by like 2 hours for a little bit, and then 1 hour eventually when they all catch up. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. All right, but also I just want to say a thank you to our patrons: Andrew Mitchell Moore, Squished, Carlzone, Drop Shadow, QSD, George Friend, Foolish Fool, and our very own Adam, John, and Joe. Oh, and Waffles. Waffles has jumped back in as well. So thank you so much. Thank you, guys. A couple of you there also as subscribers here on Twitch. So thank you very much for being our elite dicers. You guys are awesome. You guys are very cool. Do we have a question? Do we have a question from our viewers for tonight?
We don't have any in the chat.
Well, we don't have any. Larp Kiwi can't watch us live anymore. He's got something else, and he's normally been the one that gives us the question of the week. So we need someone else to step up if they've got something they'd like us to answer. QSD says it'll be 1 hour and then 2 hours when we hit daylight savings because we're in the northern hemisphere. That sucks. It's a real shame. That's a real shame.
Yeah, our time
Makes it a lot
zone
harder.
is already terrible enough.
Yeah. Makes it very hard to grow as a channel, first of all. Unless we wanted to like completely change our times, but then I don't think we'd play as regularly, that's for sure. Gar has asked, look, a very good question. Which is the best fighter for no more than 2 million Alpha EUC? It's a Star Citizen question, actually. So, I think Crawley's there as well. I think Crawley's probably got your answer for that one, to be honest, Gar. So, yeah. How is it? I was going to ask everyone, but you're the only one here now, Joe. Well, is it good to be back in the dark world of Barovia?
Yes.
Good. That's great. That's the kind of
it was a good way to get back into it, I think.
Just straight up with some spooky.
A nice,
combat.
also like not heaps of decisions to make. Just like we're going down this spooky corridor, and then a thing happens. Whereas it could be a bit overwhelming if we're plopped right back into having to make big, impactful decisions about where to go next when we're kind of like still reacquainting ourselves.
Yeah, that's fair. Plus, I liked that it was a big callback to the Durst house as well, which is like the first bit of combat you guys saw, is reflecting that with the same sort of creatures, although these are slightly different.
That was a pretty fun fight, just because our plan was so good.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, there's like 7 of these things. This could take a while. This could be really interesting. Depends on how you guys approach it, what's going on. But you guys had a great plan. You guys were starting to take a little too long. And in regards to just sort of like talking and figuring out what was next, what was about to happen if you hadn't, if Shannon hadn't just quickly decided to throw out Sickening Radiance, is that one of the creatures would have just slammed open the door and been face to face with Terrence, and that would have been the start of the combat there.
Could have been a very different scenario if one got loose inside our room.
Yes, yeah, for sure. Yeah, Adam, good to be back at Barovia.
Yeah, man.
Okay, cool. Yep.
yeah.
It
really was.
You can't ask a yes/no question.
That is right.
Like Reagan.
Yeah.
That's on you.
I should have said, "How does it feel to be back in Barovia?" Instead
You need to go. Yeah,
Good. It feels good.
Yeah. Okay. Look, I deserve that.
Ask Shannon now.
Shannon, how does it feel to be back in Barovia? Oh, you're on mute.
I was very enthusiastic. I feel it's great.
Okay, good.
Now I have to say it again if it doesn't seem quite right. Yeah, real good.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So these are the details.
Imagine if one of
answers
us
I
had been
really-
like, nah, it was a bit shit to be back here. It just kind of reminded me of like everything I hate about D&D.
Yeah.
Okay, it was a bad question. Okay, I get it.
Imagine saying that, just like, ultimately disappointed. I don't know why I'm here.
4 out of 10.
I'll take a 4. Doing a good job.
Hey, I've got a question of the week.
Oh, fantastic.
It's just a question, really. Just for you, Greg. Just for you.
Oh, okay.
This one's just for you. As I was opening up my character sheet tonight and looking at the items, hello, Griffin, looking at the items that we've been shared, I noticed the Cloak of Protection. Now, someone has that Cloak of Protection, I'm pretty sure.
That's a
but
good
it never gets
point.
worn or used.
When did we get this?
This was from the Death House or the Durst House.
Death House.
The Death House.
No, didn't I take?
yeah.
I took it, didn't I?
It
You
is
must have.
currently given to. I can tell you who's got it.
On mine, I've got it equipped.
Oh, you've got it equipped. Okay, what does it give you? It gives you
but
plus
it
1
says
bonus to
require-
AC.
Yeah, it's. Yeah.
You gain plus 1 bonus to AC and saving throws while you wear the cloak. So all saving throws you should have been adding plus 1 to.
So it doesn't automatically do it.
Or maybe it does. I haven't been checking.
This is the problem. I'm going to do a saving throw and see if it
All
comes
right.
up with
Yeah,
any
sounds
info.
like a plan.
Oh no, it says I get a +1 on saves. Doesn't tell me why. Yeah,
But
it
it-
automatically puts it in there.
Did it? It was a 1d20 plus 5 that you just rolled.
Look, I'd have to show you. In
Okay. I trust you. So it
in
added it on.
The HUD, but it's got a little green dice with a plus on it, and then it says 1 on saves,
Okay.
and then you click on it, and it says Cloak of Protection.
Okay,
So
cool. Great.
I've been wearing it the whole time.
Okay, awesome. It's just second nature now. You forgot you had it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. So what was the
Yeah.
question, Adam?
That was it.
Oh, right,
We've got
okay.
Cloak of Protection. Are we making the use of it?
Yeah. Okay, it looks like yes, but no one actually knew it was being used.
Are we making good use of that medallion?
Ooh.
The one that
Fuck
Bill
yeah.
has.
One that Bill has.
Because I've forgotten exactly what it does.
You guys
Does
used
it
that.
turn undead or?
Who did you guys use that on? Use that.
We used it twice. We've used it once outside the church in
That's right.
that fucking town.
Valaki.
Valaki begins with V. Yeah, Valaki. When we were fighting the revenants, and
That's
they
right.
turned and ran. And then I think we used it again on them when we were in the foothills of the mountains. When we
Against-
dug that trap for them and waited for them to get here overnight.
Oh yeah,
And the
yeah,
revenants got there, and we used it again, I think.
Or we planned to it anyway.
Yeah, I think you planned to, but then they were stuck on the other side of that fiery green curtain of doom at the gateway. Isn't that right? I can't remember now. It's been too long.
No, this was when we'd camped overnight, and we knew that they were going to be catching up, and we slept in the fart hut. And
Right.
Oh, there.
planned.
Gotcha. Yeah.
we
And
planned
one
to
one
use
fell
the
in a hole.
Yeah.
amulet.
Killed our horse or something.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. I'm not sure if you used it there or not, but yeah. Okay, cool. But it has been used.
I
I
can play the
suppose-
poodle. Check it out.
Wait, so,
I suppose that
We
could have
could-
been used on these guys, right?
yeah, that's what I was going to say, because it's good on undead, right? Okay.
He sounded like Chewie just then.
Yeah. This is the stream now, I think. This is the best kind
Which
of
end is that
ASMR.
that's making that noise?
Shannon's making his own fart hut.
Oh, wow. He's dribbling. He loves it. He loves it.
That's his beard. He's got like a grubby beard. Not a dribble.
Okay.
Shannon, Random Origin says you need to make more use of the Ring of Invisi.
Oh, I know. It's every time I use it comes in handy, doesn't it? Fucking good.
Yeah, maybe you should just start using it randomly until something good happens.
Yeah. Can we just roll it anytime there is an opportunity? Just auto roll it.
I'm trying to remember that it takes a wee while to be able to take it.
A long rest.
Yeah.
Otherwise it sticks on my finger with spikes.
Yeah, that's right.
The odds of it
Once
working
per
are
long
not
rest. So
great.
you can kind of just wake up every morning and give it a go.
Yeah, because that's what I do with my mage armor. Once in the
Right,
morning and once at lunchtime or something like that.
Okay, cool. All right, are we ready to? Yeah, we should get back into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need to find more magical items, obviously. A bit thin on the ground.
It must be. This place must be absolutely
Yeah.
filled to the gills with
We'll
magical
find
items.
we'll find some. If we get out here alive, we'll be getting out here with some good stuff, I
Yeah.
reckon. Especially if we
Well-
go get that burnt guy's treasure.
Yes, burnt guy definitely going to have something. And what about in these sack of a guys?
These what?
3
The sarcophagi.
Sarcophagi.
Molly's just going to hang around for like 5 extra minutes in this room when everyone else has left. Now that he's heard that there's a sarcophagi just waiting.
All right, we'll get back to this room with the collapsed rubble. This collapsed room. There's not much light at this point, but there is still that sickening radiance filling the vault. What can only be described as a vault of some sort. American, your gust of wind still just pouring from you and your staff.
I'm going to step into the room with it, but I'm going to turn it off. I'll do a perception check first, though, just to see.
And I'll
If
turn off the
anything's-
thing if you're going to go in the room.
Oh, yeah, no, I walk into the sickening radiance.
All right, so you're both turning off your.
Yeah.
I'll keep it on for a second while I just glance around the room, but then I'll be ready to turn it off.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you the sickening radiance dissipates, and you take a step into the room with a perception roll of 19.
11 plus 8.
19. There's nothing else in this room. The stench of death coming from the pile of bodies on the ground, and you finally get a bit of a look at this room. So this room, like the room that you've just come from, the entire walls are sort of amber glazed, and you've noticed now that the floor is this nice green marble. Although I suppose you don't really pick up on the color. There's not enough light for you to see. It's just you notice it's a marble flooring, and these in the north, east, and southern rooms are these amber sarcophagi.
I'm going to gingerly pick the torch off. Oh no, it's not on the dead body. Is it?
No. Terrence is just holding on to a unlit torch at this point.
All right, I'm going to use druid craft and make a quick hand motion that summons the flame back to life. We now have light.
Okay,
Thank
great.
you, American.
What a legion. Team player over here.
Okay, perfect. Did that just light up for you guys? Does Terrence look like
It
he
was
has?
already lit. For some
Okay.
reason.
Oh,
Is
okay.
that a marble floor? Perfect for tempering chocolate.
And then-
That's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good for rolling out pastry, I've heard.
I've also heard that.
I guess I'm a little bit hungry, honestly. All that murder has got me a bit tummy rumbly.
Oh, is this a long streak of chocolate on the floor here?
Oh!
Well, that looks to have been perfectly tempered.
Hold on. No, it's not chocolate. What are these structures, these sarcophagi?
I am glad you asked. They are. They look like a solid block of amber. 8 foot tall, 5 foot wide, 5 foot thick.
Jeez.
So these are enormously tall blocks of amber. Can you give me an investigation roll? I'll get one from all three of you as your.
Okay.
Oh my god. I know what's going to happen here. This is going to be like Jurassic Park.
This
And
is
the mosquito was stuck in the amber.
I've rolled a 3 plus 0.
Plus, yeah, I've got 13 total.
okay. Great.
We've got 27.
All right. We'll say that you guys take a minute to look over these sarcophagi, and you notice that it looks inside each of these blocks. Each of you see inside this block. There's a silver. No, sorry. There's a sliver, or just this wisp.
What?
There's a sliver or like a wisp of like utter darkness trapped within each of these sarcophagi.
Trapped smoke or something.
And it's no more than a few inches long.
Okay.
Within this massive block of amber. So that's why it's taken you a little while to look at it. You're
Trapped in the middle.
Right in the middle of each of these sarcophagi are these little wisps of complete and utter darkness.
How do we know that they're sarcophagi? Do they look like big, are they carved into the shape of people?
I will say yes. They're not, because I probably shouldn't have called them sarcophagi from the start. They are just
As far as we know, they're just bloody big cupboards.
big blocks of amber. But they will say that they look like, they give you a sense. The amount of dread and how they've been presented. They don't look like they've been carved specifically to look like people. But the way that they're presented in this, what looks like it would have been once very ornate, amber on the walls, marble floors. It looks very vault-like. It looks like some kind of containment for this
Looks like
black
a tomb.
wisp sitting in the middle of
Like a
each of
tomb?
these. Sure.
Where someone
Casimir.
grave?
Casimir, you read anything about these in your books, or have you heard anything about these big orange amber sarcophagi kind of things?
He takes a step into the room, and takes a look at all of them, and he's quite captivated with these large blocks of amber, and it takes him a little bit to register that you've asked him something. And he says, "No, I don't believe I have."
What is this? Some kind of enchantment? This black wisp of smoke? What could this mean?
It's evil, or is it good? Is it... Could these be the souls of the original guardians of this temple that were... Didn't we hear a story about this temple being taken over by dark forces?
Yes, a long time ago. But it's like these things have been sealed inside this amber. And I suppose they're dead, but they're not giving off a good vibe.
There's nothing good about this room. Even without that absolute wretched smell of death filling this room, there's still something about the slow-moving wisp within each of these blocks.
Oh, they're moving.
It's moving.
They're just slightly, just almost like a
Slow motion.
smoky kind of blackness. Just a slight bit of movement within what looks to be a solid block of amber. There's nothing. There's just the room feels just dreadful in every sense of the word.
Can I figure out if this is a way to keep something alive or to seal something away or
How would you go about
Magic.
knowing that?
What about Arcana?
Arcana? Yes.
Give me a Arcana roll.
If it's
Is it
resembling
Arcana or Arcana? I don't know.
Arcana.
I have rolled 15 plus 4. I'm going to say Arcana now.
I'm going to say Arcana, and I got 16 plus 9, 25.
And so what is it that you're wanting to see if you know?
if this is some sort of magical way of either sealing these things or keeping them alive, if we figured out it's a sarcophagus, is it supposed to be keeping them here forever?
I'm just laughing at Adam's nat 1 on an Arcana roll, which honestly it tracks.
Well, he'll be like telling us all about it.
Oh, guys, it's the ancient spirit of the guy that used to live here. That's what it is. Let's move on.
It's a trapped fart.
Okay, you've both got good rolls, but it's
Very good, 25.
19 and 25 and 3. They're despite you've got an extensive knowledge of the magical histories and stuff at this point. You're not aware of anything. There's I think Baron, with your role being over 20, I would say there's maybe a legend or something that you've heard of, but there's never been any real studies of. A legend of darkness being held forever in death within amber. But it was only just like the tiniest memory of a legend from hundreds of years ago. And you've never heard of or experienced any real knowledge of this outside of that.
So it doesn't resemble something like a phylactery.
What's that?
Is that a real question or yeah?
Yeah, what's that?
A phylactery is
Is
like
that even a real question? So fucking
Yeah.
belittling.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, don't you know?
No, I thought
You know
you
what
were
a
like,
phylactery is.
I thought you were trying to push the question aside with like a lich has a phylactery where it will put its soul in there. So even if you kill the lich,
Oh,
it comes
right.
back to life. You have to find the phylactery and destroy it.
You don't know. You don't have that knowledge. This is the first time you've seen it, let alone heard of it, other than the whisperings of a legend from hundreds of years ago. That it contained the story, as you're thinking about it more, the story might have even just been a fable you heard as a kid, was how amber can just contain the final essences of darkness.
Oh, my spirits, Molly. It's just like Jurassic Park, as you said.
Aye. It is.
There it is.
Do you think we should? I can't believe I'm even suggesting it, but I guess I want to see your reactions. What if we tipped one over and broke it in half?
I love it. I'm
That's a
ready.
no.
We shouldn't do that, should we?
Frankly, I'm outraged that there has been no treasure to find in here, only despair. Typical Barovia. I say we smash the bitches.
It's an option. However, what if it released them? Have we heard of the dark ones?
Isn't there something about dark? What's Dark One's souls?
Dank
Oh,
ones.
it's a video game, isn't it? Dark
Oh,
One's
dark one's souls. Dark souls.
Yeah.
Because
Have we heard
these
that term?
the dark ones Strahd had a pact with him, and they gave him the power to be a vampire forever or something. So they're here
these
in
are
the
the Dark
temple
Ones.
somewhere.
How many Dark Ones were there?
At least 3.
Like a 3-piece.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
I don't think you guys have been given any number as to
It's quartet.
the number of dark ones. If there is even a specific number.
Casimir must know. He knows all about this stuff, even though
Yeah.
she had no light on any of this. How many Dark Ones were there, Casimir?
I'm
What
not.
does legend tell?
Well, legend tells of many dark lords that has lived here within the Amber Temple. Vampire.
Just
was
so you
the
don't know.
one-
If you don't know, you don't know. There's no pressure to make stuff
I
up.
don't have an exact
he-
number. There was more than a
Vampire.
handful.
More than a handful.
From
How
what
many,
I've-
how many
from
dark
what-
ones can you hold in a hand?
This was. I mean, they're only a couple of inches, aren't they?
Well, these ones are quite small.
Uncle Inch over here.
Yeah, I didn't think dark ones would be that tiny. Really, I thought that'd be...
He doesn't have a. Yeah, he does. He doesn't know. The stories are so old. There could be just the one that has had numerous stories told, or it could be as many as there have been stories.
Well, how about we go see if we can find any other clues as to what these things are, and if we can destroy them. I'm just a little bit worried if they are sealed away or something. We break it and then, whoa, dark ones.
Indeed. Shall we give a final search to the room and move on?
Unless, does someone want to say hi to these things? Say hello. See if they respond. Hello, dark ones.
What?
I can if you want. I'm willing to try.
Okay.
And Casimir walks across the room. Let's get rid of some of these dead bodies. They're taking up too much room. He walks across to the far side of the room and sort of just leans in close to the amber and just says, "Hello?" And just waits. There's just no sort of return. And he leans forward and he says, "Hello," and places one hand onto the side of one of these blocks of amber. And he just stops. He just freezes completely for like seconds. Seconds pass, like 2-3 seconds pass. He doesn't move. He's not
Casimir.
speaking.
Molly would be Casimir.
And he's not returning. He's not saying anything in return to you.
Oh, should we pull him off? I mean, pull him away. Pull him away. Should we pull him away from him?
That was not the time, Wally. He's not moving. He's not responding.
Quick, get his pants.
Casimir.
Should we pull him away? Because he looks like he might be in trouble.
Yes.
Use a broomstick or something.
He's not got his hand in a fucking power outlet.
He may well do, but a dark
right,
power outlet. Casimir, you better not be fucking with me.
I'm
gonna pick
use
up-
his bow,
Oh yeah.
not the pointy end, and just kind of nudge his hand off the thing.
Before you get to him, he just removes his hand and sort of looks back to you lot. And he looks kind of troubled, but also he's acting as if nothing's happened. He says, "Doesn't look like anyone's home."
Okay.
I don't buy
Right.
it.
Mind transference.
What?
Mind transference.
Bird?
Is that
What?
still you, Casimir? No, I'm just going to whisper to American and Molly. Does it look like he touched that thing and now he's acting differently, like nothing bad happened, and potentially whatever was in there has transferred its mind into his body, and his mind is now in amber? Or am I just being paranoid?
That's
It's a
quite a
wild
leap.
theory, Baron.
Of course it's me, Baron. Don't be silly. And he sort of makes his way back towards you lot, but he kind of ambles over to one of the other sarcophagi on the northern side of the room, and he places his hand on.
Hold it right there.
Yeah.
Hand off. Get your hand off that thing.
Get your hand off it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry, I was.
What are you up to?
Give me a persuasion roll.
Okay. Persuasion. I got a +6 on persuasion for some reason. No, an 11 total.
Casimir says, Baron, I think these sarcophagi, I think they hold a way for me to get my sister back. And he just
I knew
and he
it.
slams his hand down onto the next block of amber.
Tie him up.
And,
I'm gonna get the skeletons to grab him.
and he's just frozen on that, and the skeletons run in and pull him away from the
Away. Pull him away.
away, pull
Thank
him
you.
away from the amber block. And he says, "It wasn't that one. It's okay. It's fine."
What do you mean it wasn't that one? What does that mean?
And you can see him eyeing the block at the southern end of the southern end of this room, and he says, "Please, just let me touch that last one."
No. You have to explain exactly what you've sensed inside these amber blocks.
Give me another
Like,
persuasion roll.
Maybe it's a good idea, Casimir, but maybe it's a terrible idea.
You're making some good points.
Because maybe you're getting lied to by these wispy black things inside of a big block of amber. 14.
He's still eyeing up that block to the southern side of this room. As he explains, there are gifts. There are gifts in these blocks. And I just know if I can get the right one, if I can find the right one, and has to be that one.
Hold on. What do you mean they're gifts? How do you know that?
They're in my head. The dark ones are offering me the tools I need.
Okay. Well, remember the stories about the Dark Ones. You know, they'll lie to you, and
You don't want to be the next Strahd now, do you?
yeah,
Or maybe you do. I don't know, but
if you do, bad idea.
Well, I haven't
So-
accepted the other gifts, so
Or what have they offered
what have you
you?
accepted?
I haven't yet. I'm looking for the means to bring my sister back. Glimpsing what was in those blocks makes me believe that I was right, that the thing to bring my sister back will be here in this temple. It's almost guaranteed now.
What did you glimpse? What it
And
look
he eyes up that the block over to the eastern wall.
Yeah, it's getting blocked by all these skeletons.
Okay,
What-
great.
Come on, skeletons, block this, please.
He nods it over to the one on the eastern wall, and he says, "Over there, what seems like another chance at life was offered. The ability to come back from the dead a number of times. But that's not what I seek. I don't need that for me. I'm looking for something to bring my sister back, not me."
And what do you have to pay for this ability? What do you trade?
The Dark One didn't say. He just made the offer.
Well, sounds too good to be true, if you ask me.
I just
Sounds
need to
exceptionally
touch.
bad communicating with the Dark Ones.
You just
Maybe.
need to touch it.
Can I get a Constitution saving throw from you three? And I will roll one for Bill as well.
Oh,
Another screamer for Morley.
I
Two.
got a
I have also rolled extremely poorly with a 1
We've all
plus
a
2.
2, a 3, and a 3.
Oh wow. Okay,
We're all like,
Bill's
he's in
Bill-
perfect sense, if I'm honest.
Bill rolled a 21, so Bill's actually totally fine. But the rest of you are. It's not that what he's saying is enticing you, but there's now a draw coming from each of these blocks, and there's a temptation that who knows what would be offered to you. It's getting in your head a little bit.
Well, it does seem kind of tempting, but you don't touch it, okay, Casimir? I'm gonna touch it, okay? Because I'll touch the southern one.
So you go to touch it, and he's struggling against your skeletons. I'm not gonna roll because there's no way he can beat off all of your skeletons. So,
God.
so while he's struggling, Baron, do you walk over to the southern one and touch?
Yes. Look, I'll tell you what. If there's anything for your sister in here, okay? You know, maybe something else. Let's have a look. I'm just gonna. It's a giant block of amber. I'm gonna get close. Put my hands on it.
You place, like, the moment you get your hand onto the edge of the sarcophagus, the entire room just blacks out. And American, Morley, and everyone else in that room just sees you go completely still. What fills the darkness for you is the name Xantris. It sort of like booms through your head. Xantris the Kingmaker. And within the sarcophagus in front of you, slowly, that little dark wisp inside it starts glowing, and the amber falls away. This is just for you. This is all just what you're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
And this offer that it's bringing to you is one of being surrounded by the cheers and passion of men and women, all just clambering to want to be you or be with you. That it's just filling you with this feeling of absolute importance. And Xantris, just this dark voice in your head, just says,
"I won't take no for an answer."
What's the question? To make me popular?
There's no response. Just that feeling of that importance, of being loved by everyone.
That's sorry, that's the furthest from my kind of fun times. Yeah, I'm an introvert. Sorry, Xantris.
And then the blackness and that feeling subsides, and you find yourself back in the vault, surrounded by everyone.
What? Baron, you bloody locked up the same as old Casimir over there. What happened?
Yeah.
What was it?
You
What
all
was it,
disappeared for a moment there. What? Okay, there's definitely some kind of very powerful force or being inside of this thing, and it offered to make me incredibly popular.
Really? Well, that doesn't sound like too much of a... Well, why would that be a bad thing?
Well, it didn't really say anything beyond that, but it had a very deep voice that didn't give me a good vibe. It said it wouldn't take no for an answer. But I tell you what, I did say no. So
I wonder if it's
easy as that.
I wonder if it's personalized. If I put my hand on it, would it offer me the same thing? Does it speak to you, or is it?
I don't know. It probably just will tell you whatever the fuck you want to hear.
You guys did it. I want to give it a go now.
Okay. What, Casimir? What did the one on the east say, and what was its name?
It didn't give me a name. It just offered me the ability to rise from the dead time and time again.
Right. And you were
Right,
looking
I'm
for
gonna go
something
and touch that
specifically.
Oh, don't touch it. Why? Why are we doing this?
But I don't.
We
I
must
don't want that.
resist it.
I
Mirakin's
don't
just
want to rise from the dead
is
time
like
and time again.
ice cold and sweating and just like, don't move. We are in a very dark place right now. We are being tempted with our greatest desires. Well, maybe not Brian, but some of us are.
I'd like to think that at this point, Bill is probably like, it'll make you popular.
Yeah.
Yes.
Adored by all.
This is
Yeah.
what we were warned about, though, wasn't it, American? This place will offer you things and then take something from you, just like happened with Strahd.
But
He doesn't want to. He got a curse.
Of course, yes.
A curse of Strahd.
Molly, that
That's right. That's the game we're in.
I love it when the games
You're
say
right,
the name.
Brian.
Molly, you are definitely being sort of drawn. That urge to touch one of these stones. The same with you, Mirakin.
No, stay back, Molly.
Oh,
Resist it.
In fact, Mirakin,
I'll
I'd say
just
it's
touch it.
probably stronger with you since you rolled it.
Yeah.
Actually, well, you both rolled a 3. You both rolled a 3.
Well, Mirakin's sweating and shaking quite badly. She's doing all she can in her power not to rush towards the one that Casimir was heading towards.
Well, the one that he was last heading towards is the one Baron touched, which is the popular one.
Oh, okay. So, popular? No, I thought it
The
was the
one-
one about the.
The one on
light.
the east is the reincarnation.
Coming back
Yeah.
to life.
I'm gonna touch that one. Right. Pull me away if I do anything weird or freaky.
I'm
all
doing
right?
it. You're doing
I'm
a
just-
weird and freaky thing now.
No, I'm just gonna touch it. I just want to know if it
Oh.
offers people the same thing or different things.
Look, I got to tell you, it's very difficult to say no. It's like I don't know if you've ever gone into like a shop and there's a very good salesman and they talk to you for a long time, and then you feel obligated to say yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna reach
Okay.
out and hold on to Morley's coat and just shake my head and go, please, no. I don't know if we're all strong enough to resist. The dark forces. They'll pull on.
Don't you want to
the
know what it's
string
offering at
you
least? I'm not
stole.
gonna take it.
Do you want the curse of Morley?
Molly, give me just a D20 between 1 and 10. We're just going to do a 50-50 thing here, whether or not you're going to be able to withstand the pull of the amber block or the words from Mirakin. So anything 10 and under. I should have gone the other way around because it's always 10 and under. That was going to be the amber block. Anything that was the basically 10 was going to be the DC for withstanding the amber block.
Mm-hmm.
So the amber block is calling.
I'm just gonna wander over to it, and I'm just gonna put
Wander.
one finger on it.
Okay.
So casual.
Just one.
No,
finger.
Molly! As he does that,
Just a tip.
she whimpers.
Boom, your finger lands onto the amber sarcophagus and the room completely blackens out.
The face.
The absolute sense of like dread around you is palpable as a blade shoots out from the darkness in front of you, slices you from head to toe. This is just in your mind, slices you, shook, and you fall. Two halves drop behind you.
This is a fucking.
It blacks out one more time, and then you open your eyes to see to your left Morley in half next to you, and you get to your feet and you're yourself yet again, and then another blade slices you across your stomach, shook, and you drop to the ground, blood pouring from you. You close your eyes and open them again to see Morley bleeding from his stomach, dying, taking his last breath as he drops to the ground. And as you stand up back in front of this block of amber in this darkness, you see a man dressed very elegantly, cross-armed, sitting on top of the block, and he smiles. He smiles the smile so wide, and his mouth is just completely filled with teeth. There's like hundreds of teeth filling up his mouth, and he's just bearing that smile down on you, and he offers the floor to you.
What, the marble floor?
The dead bodies around you, the ability to come back from death.
When my time is up, then my time is up. And I muster all the strength I can, and I pull my hand or pull my finger off the block. It's not something Morley's ever wanted.
And you find yourself back in the room, and the others, you see Morley finally moving away from that amber block. He's pale. He is visibly shaken.
Morley, are you okay?
Did you get the Casimir? Did you get the blades and the cutting in half and seeing yourself and the man with the smile and the teeth?
And he nods.
You saw that too.
I don't think I'll ever forget those teeth.
Yeah.
I have to find the one that can bring my sister back.
Well, you've tried the top two. The bottom one is just making you popular.
Then there must be more.
Really? American, do you want to touch the top one?
Do I want to touch the top?
You are drawn. You are so curious, and there is a almost magical grasp to like on you now. It almost feels like you're being pulled towards one of these blocks.
Drenched in sweat, pale, and staggering forward, I reach out my hand towards it.
You too lay your hand across the sarcophagus. Now, you haven't experienced this, but the room just blacks out instantly. There is nothing in this room, and this is hard for you, being having night vision, dark vision. You normally can see something, but there's nothing. But then in front of you, a human eye opens up in front of you, and then another, and another, until there is a bunch of these 8 eyes looking over you. There's a 9th eye now that appears above the 8, and this one is clouded over and blinded, and it looks down at you, and they start shuffling up, and you can see in this darkness just this sense of an 8-legged creature crawling up over the walls, looking down at you with human eyes. And it's sort of showing. It's like it's showing you how versatile and how agile this thing is, and it feels like this is giving you the offer to be able to freely move around space and space or rooms without any kind of difficulty.
This one's a fairly mild one, isn't it?
Did you take it seriously? Thank you. That's good.
That's something that you kind of do already, isn't it?
Yeah, I
Giant
kind
spiders.
of already do that. I mutter out, "What is the cost?"
And there's no response. Just a growing frustration that you're not accepting this gift, and these eyes scuttle back into position above, like in front of you, above where this sarcophagus would have been.
I'm gonna muster all of my strength and yell, "What is the cost?"
And as you yell that, the room just fills back with light. You can see the room again. You can see everybody around you.
I'm gonna collapse onto the floor very dramatically.
American.
I've seen things.
I'm gonna pull American up to her feet. American, are you alright?
I'm all right. I passed the test. But
We all did.
there must be a cost.
There are further gifts here in this temple. Casimir knows it. We all know it. Question is, are we strong enough to reject anything that may come our way?
I don't know that I am.
So I guess these ghasts, if you explain what your one did, these ghasts must have made a pact with your one, American.
Perhaps.
That's why they
perhaps
could
the
walk on the
eyes.
ceiling,
And the eyes.
walking on the walls, extra eye.
The eye didn't look like it was up to much, did it?
Good point.
Bit of a useless boondoggle there.
Yeah, you don't want one of those.
Oh,
That's
no.
the cost.
But they
Not
could
unless you
crawl
should-
on the walls and ceiling, so you might be onto something.
Yeah. But
Truly.
if you,
The eye was nothing to do with it, surely.
yeah.
Did anyone's one say about getting another eye that didn't do fuck all? Anyone's eye amber thing see about extra sight?
Well, American, you did see above the 8 eyes, you did see a blinded, clouded over eye. And
Yeah.
it does kind of make you think of the ones
Yeah.
that were on the ghasts.
But no other
right.
visions had them.
No other
Just this
no other
one.
visions, yeah.
The ghasts must have taken that pact and suffered greatly. I wonder if one takes such a pact, one is doomed to wander these cursed halls forever.
Yeah, they didn't do much with their gifts, did they? Just hung around this smelly room. I wonder if they weren't even ghasts to begin with. Maybe they were people.
Perhaps.
While all of you are discussing the different visions, you take a look around and sort of go, where's Bill now that we're talking about all of this? And you turn around to see Bill now frozen, both hands placed on the sarcophagus that the Baron had his hands on.
Bill.
And that's where we're going to end it for tonight.
Really, Bill? He's gonna say yes. You fool.
You fool! He's in show business. He could never say no to this.
We'll go for 5 more minutes. He does say yes, he's done it. He's got to.
We'll just let John know he's a ghast now. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's stuck to the ceiling, but popular. Everyone's like, "Whoa,
There's
he's
one
so
goopy
good."
eye.
Yeah. I've never seen such a cool guy on the ceiling. Oh, what a feeling! That's what he'll be singing. Okay, on the ceiling.
Awesome. I think you guys have started to see like the true darkness within the Amber Temple now.
I was actually gonna I was thinking like if a moment came up I was gonna actually pull Casimir aside before we even came across these tombs. I'm not gonna call them whatever you've been saying. I'm gonna start that off again.
Just suck off a guy.
I was gonna actually pull Casimir aside and I was actually gonna like express concern to him about his desire to see his sister back to life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
So
actually
insensitive.
You don't know my
He's
character's
just that guy
backstory,
that
okay?
Horrible
true.
death. I think it's
Listen.
really stink that you want to see your dead sister.
No,
I mean,
it's
you
not-
only
no.
stoned her to death.
Listen, it's quite justified to express caution about deals with the devil, okay?
That's true.
Shame me for being concerned about Casimir's eternal soul. Judgmental.
I can't
And
believe
it's not gonna work.
I can't believe like I was just going by the book, so I didn't change like the order of what did what. It was just so perfect that the Baron, who does not care for like popularity, got that one. And it's so funny that American, who can already do like just go like
Yeah,
blink
like,
and just
oh,
do
so
spider
just give-
climb.
It gives me spider climb for the price of my soul. No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
love
even
this, like-
memorize that one.
Yeah. But I
This
did.
creepy like entity, like this all powerful, like
How would you like to be able to crawl on the walls?
I can actually already do that.
Okay.
Would you like the? How would it feel to have the infinite power of the beasts? That's kind of already my thing.
I have it.
Yeah, and it's a giant spider, and you're not actually scared about giant spiders or anything.
Yeah, I'm
You're
like,
not
oh my god, he's so
freaked.
cute.
It's like a big
Should
round.
day for the dark ones all round, really. Who would like to be brought back from the dead? Not me. No thanks.
Joke's on you. I've been.
I
wishing
believe
for
in
death
dying.
this entire time.
Well, it's a bust. All three are a bust, guys. Let's just go back to the eternal planes.
Yeah, go back to
Byron,
sleep.
you dream of being a social butterfly, do you not? He's like, oh god, no.
Oh fuck no. No.
I don't want to talk to people.
Give me a book in a
None of them
cafe,
really works.
please.
Yeah,
Should
at
have been
most
interesting
go to a
offer.
cafe.
How would you like a quiet weekend at Border's bookshop?
Now we're talking.
Would you like to be left alone for a couple of hours? Okay.
There's no other way to get that.
Yeah, that's a good question of the week. What would your character be offered? that
I'm
they
not.
really
Yeah.
want?
Like I'm not going to change what's already written. So I'm not going to be like, oh ho ho. Now I'll change this thing and they'll definitely take it. But yeah, what is something that could
We've had
tempt
that
your
as a
character?
question
I think there was
of
actually.
the week.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We actually did do that, didn't we?
Yeah, I can't remember what all the answers were. Oh well.
I liked Morley's answer to say, was it like when my times come? That's it. Was it?
Yeah, I like
with
that.
Better words.
He said it good. He said it good though.
Yeah,
did
it
it
was,
goodly.
that was really good. I liked the guy with the mouthful of teeth. It's very cool.
Yeah, but I wanted names from all of them, but they didn't give one.
Aw.
Names. Yeah.
Oh well, we can go touch it again and ask them.
What was your name?
Come
Wait,
on,
I didn't
what's
get
your
a name.
name?
What's your name? Fucking a 7-year-old would ask.
Yeah, you touch it again and it's like, do you want to turtle it? No, I just missed your name.
Sorry,
Oh,
can I-
my name
is Xantras.
Oh,
they're
Xantras,
all-
lovely to meet you.
All
Yes.
different variations of Xantru.
I think the only reason
Xantrax.
I gave you the name for the southern one was because there was not much of a description on how to word this gift. I haven't really detailed the gifts fully or properly with all of their details. I just gave you kind of hints of what these gifts might give you. So I wanted to give you this guy's name because it gave you a bit more of an idea of what could happen. You know, the Kingmaker.
Xantras, the Kingmaker.
Yeah.
I want. What is it? Mentos, the fresh maker.
Fresh maker. Now that would be a curse I would consider, like always having fresh breath.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
that'd
in
be amazing.
he's in another amber block somewhere else.
You can, as you enter the room, it doesn't smell fucking terrible. It's like, oh, it's
And then you
fresh.
pour some Pepsi on it and it shoots out like a massive jet.
Yeah, another amber dark one is Diet Pepsi or Diet Coke.
I'd take that one. I'd fucking take that one. Never ending Pepsi. Oh, shit, yeah. Fucking sign me up. What is it, my soul? Fuck yeah. Take a couple of them. And take my nuts. Take my firstborn. I don't care.
Joe, do you have inspiration?
Let me just have a look.
Probably.
I don't think so. Oh, I do.
I always forget that it exists.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a marker on everybody's token that has it, so it's easier for us to remember that we've got it. So,
yeah.
Oh, that's a great idea.
so who's got inspiration? American, you've got
I do.
inspiration. I'll give you.
I've got it.
Oh, so you've all got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's a good inspiration? Get a little trophy.
Oh, that's
Does
nice.
that do anything? Oh, I think I'm putting it on
It is going on off
I think I was
of
putting.
Sarah.
Yeah.
Well, Sarah deserves it. Also, I think Terrence.
Oh, yeah, and you've got one dead skeleton now as well.
Yeah. I'm going to carry that with me.
Can you turn those ghasts into our crew?
Yes, I could. Good thinking.
Ugh. Are they going to smell bad though?
Oh, God,
They're gonna stink.
they'll smell
You've-
horrible.
Their
They've already
flesh
got
will
stank
fall right
or-
off.
Yeah, true.
Right.
Their flesh will slough onto this beautiful marble floor.
We can just push it into the sarcophagi and close the door.
The worst adventures in the world. Really. Desecrate everywhere we go.
It's better than leaving the mess on the floor.
Mm.
that's fair.
Barovia News. The Amber Temple was abandoned today after centuries of worship. It just smelt too damn bad.
I did like the vision of the Febreze can, though, keeping everything in the room. I was going to give you inspiration for that, by the way, Joe. That was a good move to keep everything
It was great teamwork all up, but it was very satisfying using an area control spell that worked so well.
It worked so
Yeah, through a
well.
door. Perfect.
They were trapped in a tiny room. It's the perfect scenario. Doesn't happen all that often.
Yeah, that's a good point. So where to next then? I mean, that's the...
We're gonna go find the Pepsi sarcophagus.
So the only
Yeah.
way forward here is to go back up the stairs, back onto that landing.
Yeah.
Well, there must be on the opposite side. It looks like a very symmetrical building so far. There must be another stairwell with another secret door that leads to another group of hidden sarcophagi, is my theory.
Yes. No, yeah, I'll go with that. Sounds good.
It's a good theory. That's all I have
Thanks,
to say.
Dungeon Master.
There's a whole bunch of stuff going on here, you know?
Yeah, there's
all these
heaps.
weird statues and
And we've got Morley scouted out some dubious situations and/or treasure for us to grab.
yes.
I didn't see any of these sarcophagi on my gas run, did I?
No, I don't think you did. I'm trying to remember.
No, he went around the other side.
You, I'm trying to remember.
I did.
There
I did go around
was
the other side.
there was a room that you peeked into that had like cyclop kind of creatures in there. Do you remember that? When you were in gas form?
Nothics.
I know, or did you hear them talking? You might have heard them talking. Then you looked and you noticed they had one giant eye on each of them. That was one of the things that you saw. And
I
there
wrote down 3 green skulls, 1 dire wolf, 5 berserkers, 2 Nothics, and now 7 ghasts.
So I might need to re-listen to some of that episode to see if I said anything more about, just as a good refresher for what you did and didn't see, I think.
I should probably do that too.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got my notes, like the one I wrote that just says roast.
Oh yeah, so the roast. A mystery solved.
I need to...
Oh,
okay.
who was in with the roast?
There was just a
No
seat
one.
dinner
That was the
table,
weird
wasn't
thing
there?
about it. It was like they'd all made dinner and then fucked off to watch
Yeah.
bloody the fireworks or something.
And I posited that it was a cursed meal, but we'll find
yeah.
out.
I said there was a magnificent feast that fills the hall with rich smells of cooked meat, sweet vegetables, and piping hot gravy.
Ooh,
I think so. That's you just went, yeah, roast.
got it.
Yeah.
Gravy. That gravy does sound good. Was there Yorkshire puddings?
Yes. We'll say there were a
Wow,
Ice
they're
cream.
pretty good.
little small
Yeah, was there
thing of
like
ice cream.
apple crumble?
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, apple crumble with vanilla ice cream.
Oh yeah, like vanilla bean ice cream.
Yeah,
The good
the
stuff.
good
yeah,
stuff.
Okay,
You've lost him.
Never
vanilla
mind.
bean. Sure.
Yeah.
Scraped from the pod.
Vanilla bean is way better than just vanilla. Ugh.
Well, isn't it? Are you
I
talking
don't know if
about
you've
not,
noticed there's a cost of living crisis in this country right now. We can't all be going out, gassing up our fucking Mini Coopers with 95 and then heading to bloody New World, no doubt, at all the supermarkets.
That's
Or
fair.
maybe more Wilsons in your case to get some vanilla bean fucking ice cream.
Yeah, we
That
haven't had
depends.
ice cream in months, okay? Okay.
Yeah, Adam, there's a living cost crisis going on. Yeah. Could go for some ice cream. That's very hot in this room.
yeah,
All
vanilla
right.
essence. That's what you want.
Just drink it straight.
I like to use
Cut out.
Tahitian vanilla paste when I make my hand-churned ice cream.
I definitely need to re-listen to that episode, by the way, just to make sure I know what you did and didn't see, because there's
I've seen everything. Whatever
while.
whatever you're thinking of surprising us with, I've seen
yeah,
it.
yeah.
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 All right, well that's us. We'll be back same time next time. Monday 7:30. Come and talk to us in our Discord. Here is a link. Check out our previous sessions on YouTube, or anywhere that podcasts are. And for $4 a month, you can join us on Patreon as well, and make sure you get early access to all of our sessions. Help us get to 20. We're still going to do that $4 a month. We need to do that, but
Reagan, there's a cost of living crisis, okay? It's not happening.
That is a good point.
20 fucking snacks.
Yeah.
We might have to downgrade it to like 14 snacks.
Yeah, 14 fucking
Yeah.
snacks.
Yeah. It may not be as aggressive either. It may not be fucking snacks. They might just be 14 snacks.
Yeah, like 14 chips,
Yeah, yeah.
14 twisties.
14 individual Pringles.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks for everyone for watching. You guys, thank you so much for playing. That was a great session. Nice to be back in Barovia. And,
Great to be
Be
back.
back to all the old traditions that we love and cherish so much.
Oh. Oh no.
Yes.
You've been waiting, eh? You've just been waiting and
God,
waiting.
It was like a kick in the balls. That was awful.
All right. Good night,
Adios,
everybody.
motherfuckers.